Hi, my name is Alden, and I am a big buddy with Achieve Miami. Today, I will be reading Home Sweet Home by Robert O'Brien. This book has an AR level of 3.0, and I love this book because it demonstrates the philosophy of never giving up diligently throughout the book. I hope you'll like it too. Now let's get started. Home Sweet Home. Miguel and Sam were working on a science project about rocks. They wanted to study the type of rocks they had collected. They needed to learn how the rocks were formed. They went into Miguel's living room to find a place to work. Miguel and Sam sat on a couch. They spread out the rocks on the table. Then Miguel's big sister Maria came into the living room. Maria began to watch a dance video on the TV. The boys picked up the rocks. They went to find a quieter room to study in. As you see in these pictures, here goes Miguel and Sam coming into the living room, trying to find that right, perfect place to study in. Then, out of nowhere, his big sister Maria comes into the living room, turns on the TV, and then puts on a dance video. The boys was like, nope, we gotta find a quiet place to study in. Next page. Miguel and Sam went into the kitchen. They spread out the rocks on the kitchen counter. They thought this would be a perfect place to study in. The counter had plenty of room. It was close to the refrigerator if they wanted a snack. Just as they were getting started, Miguel's mom came into the kitchen. She was carrying bags of groceries. She needed the counter to sort the food before she put it away. So Miguel picked up the rocks and books and went to look for another room. As you see in these pictures, here goes Miguel and Sam. Walks into the kitchen, lays out their rocks and books on the counter, trying to get in that zone to study. But then, his mom comes into the kitchen with bags of groceries. And you know how that be when moms come in the kitchen with the groceries and she got to put them all away? Oh yeah, them old days. Going to the next page. Miguel and Sam went into the dining room. There was a long dining room table there. It was the perfect shape for sorting the rocks. Miguel spread out the rocks. It seemed like they had found the right room for their work. Then Miguel's brother, Pedro, walked into the dining room. Pedro was carrying plates, knives, forks, spoons, and napkins. It was his turn to set the dining room table for dinner. So Miguel and Sam picked up the books and the rocks and went to look for another room. As you can see in these pictures, here goes Miguel and Sam again at that dining room table trying to get in their zone, trying to study the rocks. But then, out of nowhere again, Miguel's big brother Pedro comes into the dining room with all the materials to set at the dining room table. Then they had to find another place because of the interruption. Miguel and Sam went into the bathroom. They put the rocks in the bathtub to wash them off. Then Miguel took some bath towels and dried the rocks. At last, the boys could get some peace and quiet so they could finish their project. Just then, Miguel's sister Anna walked into the bathroom. She had been running outside. She needed to take a shower. So once again, Miguel and Sam picked up the rocks and the books and left the bathroom to look for another room to study in. Here they go again. Miguel and Sam went into the bathroom. They went into the bathroom to study. Like, have you ever went into the bathroom to do your homework? They did that. And then, out of nowhere, his sister comes in the bathroom like, boys, I gotta take a shower. See, I was outside running and I'm sweating. And yeah, I gotta get in there. Miguel and Sam went upstairs to the bedroom that Miguel shared with his brother Manuel. They spread the rocks and books on Miguel's bunk bed. No one would bother them now. Then just as they got started, the door opened and walked Miguel's brother Manuel with two of his friends. They crowded around the bed, asking questions. They started to pick up the rocks. Miguel and Sam had no choice. They picked up the things and left the bedroom. Here they go again. Here goes Miguel and Sam upstairs in their bedroom, laying out them rocks again in them books, and they get in that zone to study. But then, Miguel's big brother Manuel comes into the room with his friends, and they started annoying them, picking up the rocks, asking them questions. And Miguel and his friend was like, nope, this is not the place. We got to go. The boys took the rocks and books all the way downstairs to the basement. The workshop in the basement had lots of tools. It was cool and quiet. Miguel and Sam were sure that they had found the right room to study the rocks in. Suddenly, the door opened. Miguel's dad and uncle walked into the workshop. They were carrying long pieces of wood. Miguel's dad said he would need to use the workshop's tools for a while. Miguel and Sam had to find some other room for their project. Here in these two pictures, you can see, here goes Miguel and Sam going into the basement. They said, look at all these tools on the wall. I got a hammer, I got a screwdriver. I don't know what that is, but I can use it. But then his dad and uncle comes into the basement with these long pieces of wood, and they were like, boys, we got some real things to do down here. And yeah, they had to go. Miguel and Sam carried the rocks and books upstairs again. They had gone to almost every room in the house. They were beginning to think they would never find a place to study in. Then Miguel stopped. He smiled and said, Sam, I think I know where we can go. Sam followed Miguel to a small room off the dining room. It had a desk, some bookcases, and had a lamp on the desk and a computer. It had chairs to sit in and an empty shelf to spread out the rocks. Man, here goes Miguel and Sam. After they searched every room in the house, they were like, we don't know what to do. But then Miguel got that light bulb on top of his head. He was like, Sam, I think I know where we can go. They found a room called the study. Wow. Sam said, at last, we have a place to study our rock collection in. Is this room an office? No, Miguel said. We should have found this room first. This room is called the study. Miguel and Sam laughed. They finally had a chance to study how rocks were formed. The end. Thank you for reading with me today. Home, sweet home. I hope you like it as much as I do. I can't wait to see you again at the next Achieve Saturday. And now I challenge Maurice and Gabriel.